folks? Welcome back to the channel, the Evil Dungeon Master channel here on YouTube. Hopefully you're doing well out there. I know I am. Just want to say thank you to all those people watching the videos and thumbs upping, liking the videos, whatever, and subscribing to the channel as we continue along with various different series and looks at different things here on the channel. And if you give it a chance, go to my patreon.com/theevildm, as you can see on the scrolling on the bottom of the screen, to support me. Any little bit helps, but you also get videos ahead of time and various little projects that I'm working on depending on the level. Ask the DM at theevildm.com is my email address. Let's get into things today. So what shines and what falls flat when it comes to the Riffs Sourcebooks? Rifts is a game that we've probably all played. A lot of people on this channel are familiar with Palladium and Rifts, so you know the feeling when you're flipping through some of your old Rifts books. You have it in your hand, you're looking through books, trying to figure out what to do. You pause on a book, maybe it's Japan, or maybe it's Atlantis, and you think to yourself, man, this would be a brilliant campaign to start up. Or is this book kind of a mess? Or is it a combination of both? And it may cause you to sit there and think for a little bit. So today I'm revisiting a handful of Riff source books. This is not a tier list, not a top 10. I'm not, Dave Letterman here. This is just an honest old school commentary on what still shines and what kind of, falls flat when you're trying to run it at the table. Now, everybody's opinion is going to be different here. Mine is going to be different than yours. So let's not argue. Let's just make positive in the comments. And I'd like to hear your top tier books and what you think are the best ones to run versus ones that you don't like at all, you think are a complete mess. So let's get on to that list. Let me get over to the screen so you can see it. First on the chopping block, let me start with Riffs Atlantis. This one's kind of a top tier book, in my opinion. The setting drips with atmosphere. It's got straight up nightmare fuel, and the biowizardry stuff still feels kind of fresh when you read it. The tattooed men, the blind warrior women, all of it just works in a weird way that Palladium does. You've got power, you've got horror, you've got politics, and you've got enough plot hooks for 10, 20 campaigns, whatever. It's dense, yet it's playable dense, and it respects the GM's role in shaping the chaos. Atlantis, I think this one still kind of shines in my opinion, and would be a great book if you don't have it in your collection. Now, there is a lot of things in this book that are considered broken, and you may have to fix it or adjust it because it might be overpowered, but you know that coming into any Palladium game that you go for. Next up, Riffs Africa. Look at that cover. That cover is awesome. I love this cover for this book. The Four Horsemen idea is like so metal. On paper, it sounds like a campaign climax, but in practice, well, these guys are a walking TPK for a party. There's so little support on actually how to run them. It's just like Palladium just handed you a nuclear warhead and said, yeah, good luck. And the Betrayal of Africa is, let's say, it hasn't really aged all that well in some people's minds. It's got a few interesting bits, but this is a tough one to use without some major adjusting to it, major surgery to it. I'll be honest, this one kind of falls a little flat. It's got some great art, but it's not something I'd run as is. I'd have to probably adjust it just a little bit. There are some great things in there. Just like any of the books, there's always going to be something bad with the good. Next one that's interesting, in my opinion, is Riffs Canada. Kind of reminds you of G.I. Joe here for some reason. I don't know why, right? Canada doesn't get enough love. It's not flashy, but it's solid. Wilderness rules, survival mechanics, and a bunch of regional flavor. You've got forest spirits, dog boys on patrol, and plenty of open space to write your own adventure. It's just like a wide open sandbox for you. I've pulled from this book a lot over the years when playing, especially for earlier campaigns when I wanted to avoid like big MDC arms race, things like that. It's not gold, it's not perfect, but it shines in practical, reliable ways, like that one player who always shows up on time. You know who that is in your group. So tell me what you think about Canada. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. I think it's a pretty cool book that a lot of people don't really use. So next up on my list here is Wormwood, an older book, Riffs Dimension Book 1. Man, this one is weird fantasy, kind of done right. I don't know. It reads like a dream journal you've got, and you're not sure you should have opened. Like you went in your sister's room and read her dream journal, and you're like, whoa, this is kind of cool. Wait, should I be reading this? Living Stone, Symbiotic Armor, A Corrupted Cathedral World. It's like Clive Barker rewrote Thundar the Barbarian for you. The best part, it feels like it could run completely separate from the main Riffs chaos. Drop in some PCs, isolate them, and let them claw their way out. Totally underrated. This one kind of shines hard. Definitely give it another look if you haven't, and it's been some time. I think it'd be well worth it to use in your campaign. Next, we're going to talk about a book that I kind of have a, I don't know, I love-hate thing going on. Riffs Japan. Setting is cool, samurai, techno ninjas, oni, and all that, but mechanically, this thing is kind of a mess. People say if you want to play Shadowrun type game in Riffs, this is the book you want to use. There's so much crammed in here between the bio armor, spirit warriors, power armor, deities. It's like someone poured every cool idea into a blender and just hit the fastest speed possible to get it all done. Trying to run it out of the box is going to be overwhelming. To me, it was very overwhelming. But if you cherry pick like I did, there's some brilliant stuff buried in here and it will really make for a fine campaign. It shines in small pieces, but overall, you got to rework a lot of stuff to make sense. It doesn't fall flat, but it definitely stumbles when it comes to how it is written and what you need to use out of it. But hey, you as a good GM out there will probably make good work out of it. Next up, South America 2. This book is just pure chaos. I'm going to say it right now. I mean that as both as a compliment and a warning when it comes to picking up this book. There's so much crammed in it that it's like someone poured every idea into a saucepan and stirred it up and said, here's dinner. Trying to run it out of the box also is overwhelming, but you have to cherry pick again with this one. There's some brilliant stuff buried in here. It shines in small pieces, and I'm going to do this all over.
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to